Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Level Up English. I'm Ethan Collins. Today, we're diving into a challenge that nearly every English learner faces. It's about listening. Not casual listening, but true listening. The type where you grasp English without relying on subtitles. Perhaps you watch movies in English. Or you like series or online clips. And you might always enable subtitles out of fear of missing parts. Subtitles assist you. They provide security. But here's the issue. When you follow subtitles, your eyes take over, not your ears. You believe you're listening, but actually you're reading, and once subtitles are gone, you feel confused. You think, I can't follow it all. That's why plenty of learners don't advance their listening abilities. They rely too much on subtitles. Subtitles turn into a support, like a cane you can't move without. Today, I'd like to introduce a fresh approach, an improved method, a technique to exercise your ears and mind so you comprehend English effortlessly without text. Let me pose this. What if I revealed a hidden tip, an easy one that many overlook? It's not memorizing extra terms. It's not hearing for hours daily. It's regarding your listening method. It's training your mind gradually until English becomes crisp, until English seems instinctive. This is what we'll delve into as a team. Okay, the initial phase is selecting the appropriate content. It appears straightforward, yet many learners err here. They pick items that are way too challenging. They switch to English news broadcasts. News is rapid. Presenters speak swiftly, or students select a complex film, a tough one. Actors talk quickly. They employ idioms. They include humor. And at times, audio isn't sharp. When students hear such content, they frequently feel down. They feel let down. They declare, "My English sucks. I grasp nothing." But hear me out. This isn't on you. It's not due to poor English skills. It's not that you can't progress. It's just a bad selection. The issue isn't you. The issue is the content. If you attempt scaling a tall peak on day one, naturally you'll tumble. But beginning with a gentle slope, you can stroll, ascend, and triumph. Listening follows suit. Initially, you require what I term rich context English. Alright, what's that? Rich context implies you grasp the scenario, the events, and the intent, even without knowing each word. You aren't bewildered. You can infer events. Here's an illustration. Picture viewing an animated show for kids in English. In it, figures are active. Images narrate the tale. A kid rises, cleans their face, has breakfast, heads to class. Visuals aid comprehension. Even missing some terms, you observe the events, hear the speech, and your mind links them so you get it. Another case is a basic learner's audio tale. The teller speaks leisurely. Phrases are brief. The narrative covers everyday routines. I clean my teeth. I have breakfast. I head to school. These are activities you're familiar with. These are daily habits. Since you're aware, your mind infers the sense even if sounds aren't fully clear. This is rich context hearing. Rich context hearing is effective as it boosts assurance. You avoid feeling submerged in a vast sea of English terms. You sense standing in calm waters. The waters are secure. You can paddle a bit. You can shift. You can rehearse. And once stronger, you venture further. It's identical for hearing. Start with basic rich context items, an animation, a tale, a brief audio, something straightforward, something foreseeable. Doing so, your mind masters linking audio to sense. Your hearing sharpens, and gradually, bit by bit, you'll prepare for tougher hearing. All right, on to the following phase. This phase concerns your listening approach. Numerous students hit play, hear once, then halt. They claim, "I don't get it." They grow irritated and quit. But one hearing isn't sufficient. Your mind requires extra moments. Your hearing demands more exercise. Hence, I apply what I dub the triple hear guideline. Okay, the triple hear guideline. The triple hear guideline is basic yet potent. It involves hearing the identical item thrice. Not single, not double, thrice. Each hearing has a unique aim. The initial hearing is for overview. Overview signifies the main idea, the general sense. You aren't aiming to grasp each term. You aren't aiming to seize each noise. You're merely questioning, what's the topic? Just that. For instance, you hear a brief tale. You might miss many terms, but you realize it's on journeys, or perhaps on meals, or on a household indoors. That's sufficient. You captured the overview. You captured the main view. The second hearing differs. Now you hear for core expressions. A core expression is a cluster of terms conveying sense. A core expression often recurs. A core expression is key in the narrative. For instance, you could catch, "I rose early." You could catch, "I visited the store." You could catch, "I was weary." On the second hearing, you start spotting these expressions. They grow recognizable. You start recalling their combined sound, not merely isolated. The third hearing is for specifics. Specifics are tiny info bits. Perhaps you catch the individual rose at 7 a.m. Perhaps you catch they purchased 3 fruits. Perhaps you catch it rained. These are specifics. On the third hearing, don't fret over missed terms, but attempt spotting some specifics. They clarify the tale more. They enrich the sense. Thus, see how the triple hear guideline resembles viewing an image. First, you stand distant, see the large form. Second, nearer, see the outlines, the designs. Third, very near, see the tiny hues, the tiny items. Combined, the 3 perspectives offer a complete image. It's parallel for hearing. Initial hearing provides overview. Second hearing provides expressions. Third hearing provides specifics. Okay, now addressing what troubles many students. It's believing they need to grasp each term. Many think without all terms, they grasp 0. They freak missing a term. They cease hearing. They sense defeat. But here's a tip. Even fluent speakers miss terms sometimes. Yes, true. Envision 2 fluent speakers chatting. One uses a fresh term, perhaps a complex specialized one. The other doesn't know it. But do they halt and say, "Oh, I can't grasp English"? No, they continue hearing. They emphasize the intent. They infer from remaining terms, from the setup, from surroundings what it means. You should too. True hearing isn't seizing all terms. True hearing is seizing the core. It's grasping the narrative despite some missing terms. Here's an illustration. Suppose a pal says, "Hey, fancy grabbing coffee soon?" Perhaps you miss grabbing, okay? Fine. You catch coffee. You catch soon. You catch the query tone, and you realize this pal wants coffee with you. That's the core, and it's adequate. This is real-life hearing. You grab key terms, link to setup. Your mind completes blanks, and gradually your grasp expands. So remind yourself, no need for all terms. Need the core. This builds true hearing assurance. Now, applying this. Daily practice. First, pick basic. Avoid lengthy, tough films. Pick brief audio. Pick easy clip with obvious subject. Second, hear sans subtitles. Crucial. Don't let eyes work. Rely on ears. Apply triple hear guideline. First, Here for overview, main concept. Then again for expressions, repeating ones. Then once more for specifics, tiny info bits. Now subtitles okay. Yes, verify missed terms and phrases, so do daily. Even 10 minutes suffices. Tip isn't weekly hearing. Tip is everyday rehearse. Daily, mind learns more. Daily, hearing strengthens. Thanks a lot for tuning in today to Level Up English. I'm Ethan Collins, and see you next time. Continue hearing, continue rehearsing, and continue trusting yourself. Goodbye for now.